Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen, and today we're going to do a whip and chat. And I am on the 5th row of Scorpio. Those of you that don't remember what it looks like or what are new, this is what I'm working on. This is my horoscope sign. I don't, usually worry about these kinds of things, but I really like this. And it's by Josephine Wall. And I'm familiar with her because I have, I think, one of her cross stitch charts from Heaven and Earth. But anyway, this is a square. It's 70 by 87. Let me tell you, this thing is huge. Very much so. Now, I'm going to keep looking towards the camera over there, or towards my laptop, because I was recording earlier and it just kind of kicked off and went to my front-facing camera. Don't ask me why. I don't know. But anyway, so we're just going to, get started. But first, those of you that are new, welcome. If you like the video, please hit the like button and the subscribe. If you're returning, welcome back. First of all, y'all see I changed my nails. I like this color. Forget what it's called. I think it's called Beijing Beauty, but it's pretty. Normally I don't wear red nails, but yeah, I like them. So I think I'm gonna get this color from now on. It's from Color Street. So anyway, let's get started. Okay. Well, and I'm just gonna tell you what's been going on this week. First off, for a heat wave, let me tell you something. This has been, oh my God. Normally I don't complain because, I'm a homebody. I usually stay inside to myself and, with my kids. And it's been, I've always been like that even before the pandemic. But I didn't realize how hot it was last week until I went outside to check the mail. And I check. Okay, now I'm, of course, partly because of little dude. Little dude likes to check the weather. I always check before I go anywhere to see, okay, is it going to rain, whatever. And what the temperature is before I even try to go outside. Well, I did. And when I realized that it said that it was, felt like, it was 90 degrees, but it felt like 100 and something outside. I was like, oh my God. So I went outside and went to go check the mail. And when I came back in, I was like, holy crap. I was tired. And I was just like, are you serious? So I, did what I had to do, come back, and I said, I'm not going back outside for a while. It's just too awful out there to be even considering it. And so we just been staying inside. Now the other funny part to this is, now mind you, I'm cold water. Okay, went to go take a shower the other day. Have no hot water. Well, I was like, okay, is it all over the house? So, I went and checked, in the kitchen and checked the bathroom sink. And we just don't have hot water at all, period. I was like, okay, really? This is just not what I need today. And mind you, okay, it's hotter than, Hades outside. Hot water, cold water, okay. You would think, okay, why are you worried about it? So I was like, okay, this is not going to be, this is going to be just lovely. And I just thought, because at the time that I usually, take a shower and so forth, it's at the time that, other people are using, possibly using the hot water in the building. And I just assumed to start off that, okay, that's why. No. So I said, okay. So I went over and I told, my landlady, I said, look, we have no hot water. I don't know. I mean, there's no hot water in the apartment whatsoever. And she was like, okay, well, and I tried to explain to her that I think, I thought maybe it was the hot water heater that's down in our uh, whatever you call it, basement of our building. And she, said, well, it could also be the cartridge that needs to be replaced. I thought, okay, whatever, I'm not going to argue with you about it, just whatever. So they came over and fixed that this morning, and I haven't tested it yet to see because I don't know. But yeah, when you're, yeah, don't mind you, I don't care that, there was cold water because, it's whatever. But when you're standing in the shower at 6 o'clock in the morning and you are trying to wake up and I want to make sure I have no more of this symbol. And, you don't need cold water to wake your body up at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's like, that's all I did was just stand there and go, because that's how cold it was. I mean, let me tell you. So I just kind of like, whatever. So they came and fixed it this morning. And, so that's, been solved. But yeah, it's not fun when you don't have cold water or hot water, and it just doesn't, it's not a very good feeling. I just don't, no, I'm not a cold water person. So we, but like I said, this heat has been just, oh my gosh, just god awful. And I was watching the weather, our local station the other day, and it was telling me, they were talking about how it's, really, really hot this summer, and that is a sign that we're going to have a really, really bad winter here. And I thought, oh, lovely, just what I need. So I'm kind of, okay, because I'm going to be truthful, I don't care. The winter's going to come whether or not I want it to, and I'm kind of ready for fall and winter because those are my favorite seasons. I'm just kind of ready to get it over with because I'm really, really tired of the heat. And the other, disadvantage of that is during the wintertime, or during the summer, our electricity bill is really, really high, and that's one thing I don't, I'm not thrilled about, but it is what it is, and got to deal with it. So last week we just mainly, or I mainly tried to anyway. I organized my rollaway cart that I have that's sitting next to my drafting table because it has all my plan with me stuff, my planning stuff on it. And I've been trying to organize and get all that organized and so forth, trying to put, my sticker books, what sticker books I have, on one, in one spot and so forth, and organize everything. So I know where to go to get everything. And so, I've been doing that. I also started my work planner. Now, y'all are going to be like, well, why are you getting that when you're just training? I feel like I need it. I don't know if that makes sense. But I have a personal planner that I keep, all my personal appointments in, like, doctor's appointments and so forth. And I was using that for both my work and for, personal, and it just got to be a lot of, it just got to be a pain, because I was like, okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, you know, it got to a pain that I couldn't remember what I was doing and what was, what for um, work and what was what for uh, personal. And I'm sorry, I'm just not one of those people that can do that. And so I got the bright idea yesterday, while I was, not yesterday, the day before, to go ahead and just, kind of start my own planner when I'm using um, this. Now, this is the start. It's not finished, but I'm using this. I'm not using this cover. I'm gonna do something with this cover. I don't know if I'm gonna turn it upside down or what, but I've already started. Like July, or not July, August. Um, the August. Yeah, the August dashboard stuff. Now, it's not dated. These are printable pages that I printed off, and I can't remember where I got them from. So I got those out because I didn't really want to go out and buy a whole new happy planner just for work, because I was like, no, don't want to do that. Yes, granted, I know. Okay, why not? It's not that I didn't want to. It's just I can't afford it right now, guys. It's just not. I don't know what else to tell you. Um, I mean, I could have when they had that big huge 70% off, but again, I didn't have the money at the time. So I just said, you know what, and I printed those off, and I got them off of Etsy. Now, where exactly on Etsy, I couldn't tell you. For those of you that like to plan, if I can remember, I will put it in the link, in the description below. I don't remember exactly where, but I got those, and I've used them before, and I was like, why waste the money? I mean, even though it was like $3 or $4, why waste the money and not use them if you're not, why waste the money if you're not going to use them? So I said, okay. So I'm starting to get all that straight. There's a couple other things that I need to get for my work planner. There like the meeting notes, I found those on Etsy too for Happy Planner, and I need to get those because every morning during our team meeting, they have a little, I don't want to say, it's called a coach's corner, and they kind of coach you on certain things. And no, it's not training, but they kind of give you, tips, ideas, and stuff. And I like to write that stuff down so that when I am done with training and all that good junk, I can, utilize it. And I know y'all are like, well, you've been training for like forever. Yeah, I have. The reason being is because I have to retake the first part of my state test, which is, it is the life insurance, health insurance general, and that's different than what the state test is. The state test is not a very long test, and it's part of the combo package. And I, called them yesterday to find out, exactly what I needed to do to, retake it. And they told me the company that, does the test said all you need to do when you have the money, just call back and just tell them that you're only taking, you're taking what you're taking, and explain to them that you're only taking the first part because you passed the state portion. And I was like, okay, that works for me. And I just, I'm steadily studying. I'm not, stressing myself out. I'm not rushing it. I because the first and second time I did not do a good job. And the good thing about it is they give you the like what you passed. They give you the different sections that you need to work on. But I'm not going to kind of bite myself in the butt with that. I'm going to retake, when I retake the whole thing, I'm going to make sure I brush up on all of it, because there was a lot of it that I thought I knew and I didn't. So it's like, yeah. But, so I'm kind of taking my time with that. And they did tell me, there's a limit. I think there's like a deadline of like 6 months or something. I can't remember. And I want to make sure that I have, the money for that, and because I have to also pay for the license. I think that's what they told me. I can't remember. I just want to make sure I have the money before I do the whole, my allergies this morning, the whole thing. So, and my boss is very, very understanding. And so I'm just trying to, make sure I don't screw it up this time. But anyway, so that, I need, the planner is, to help me keep track of the Zoom calls and Zoom meetings that, my my team has. And sometimes I miss certain ones because I don't remember to write them down, or I do write them down and I don't remember what they're for. So it's kind of like, when I do write them down and, in my personal planner, I get really, really confused. So I know I'm a confusing person anyway. I confuse easy anyway. So that's, what I've been trying to do all week. I am still trying to, I've been slow in this process, get my square drills organized. I need to get the container that I want, that I have, that I forgot I even had, emptied out, because there's stuff in it and I need to go through it and figure out what's what. Because I think I have like kits that I haven't taken out of the wrapping, the cellophane that came in when, I bought the kits. So I have to go through those and figure out what's what and all that good, lovely, crazy stuff. And then organize my drills and go from there. I was going to work on it today, but I was like, I don't feel like it, because I want to get my floss organized, because that's another thing that needs to be organized. Yeah, I have floss that needs to be, put away and so forth, and you just don't know. And I want to get that done, so that at least I feel like I've accomplished something, because I have not been doing well with doing all that. I keep putting that stuff off. Don't ask me why. So that's what we're going to do today, because it's going to be hot again today. Even though they say it's going to rain, we've got a tropical depression that's coming. Oh, goody, gumdrops. It's not a storm, but there's a tropical depression that's coming, and we're supposed to get a whole bunch of rain the next couple of days. So I can see that I've kind of already planned out what we're going, or what, I'm going to do, when that happens. Like, organize my floss, get it put to the projects that it needs to go to, and then get that, kind of sort of organized. I mean, you guys probably were like, well, why haven't you done this already? It's not that I didn't want to. I procrastinate. I really, really do. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I just do. I don't know if that's, it's, I don't know. And so I've got to, do that. And I got to stop, sitting on my butt and get motivated and stop procrastinating, because it needs to be done. If I don't get it done, we got a problem. So that's, one of my things on my list of things to do today, tomorrow, some point. Now, today, I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do today. I have not really gotten that far. I have been busy trying to record all morning, and each time I go to record, I get halfway, and then, oh, my camera shuts off. Don't ask me why. Don't know. And then also, on that note, you guys see I have a whole new setup. I got a new camera. It's a clamp on, and it's got a swing arm for the ring light and then for the phone holder. And I don't use my phone to record. I probably could, but I don't. I have a webcam that I have attached up here. So, it is, but I have a whole new setup, because the tripod that I had, y'all are going to laugh at this, would just fall over. It was so flimsy that it would just fall over, literally. And I couldn't figure out what the deal was. And I thought, okay, why is it being like this? And I mean, there would be times that I would come out the next morning after I thought I had it somewhat stationary and that it would stay put. It would be on the floor. Literally, it would have fallen over on the floor. So I'm like, okay, this is not good. So I, started looking around, and after recommendations from a couple people, Mrs. Coffee, I think Teresa Addy, there was a couple people that said, you can get the one that clamps onto your desk or whatever. And I was like, okay, that works. So I found it, and it was $10, but after shipping it was like $18, which was no big deal. So I ordered it, and it said it was going to be delivered on Tuesday, or on today. I thought, okay, that works. I mean, it'll be here in time for my drill with me, no big deal. Now, it got delivered on Sunday, and I was kind of shocked. And I asked the mailman yesterday, I said, why would I be getting mail on Sunday? Well, come to find out, and there a couple other people were telling me about this in Zoom too, but come to find out, mail has been running behind, and apparently it's starting to get behind again because of the Delta variant. But because of that, they're trying to play catch up, and they're delivering on Sundays. I was like, okay. Well, I was kind of shocked. I mean, that's what I told him. I said I was kind of shocked because it was there. I mean, they knocked on my door, and they told me, it was the mailman, so forth, and I wasn't expecting anything. I was kind of, shocked. And he was like, yeah, it's just to catch up. And I was like, okay. And he says, it's not going to be like that all the time. And I was like, well, that's, it doesn't matter. I said, I was just kind of surprised when they showed up. And so I got it hooked up. It's a different setup, as you guys can see. I was kind of worried when I did my live on Sunday, because I didn't adjust the swing arm for the ring light and for the camera, and I had it like right down on top. So So I apologize. Now that I have it somewhat the way I want it, it doesn't look so bad. So, and then the funny part is, okay, I didn't realize there were two different settings to ring lights. And if I had known that, I wouldn't have had, been really worried about the way my videos beforehand looked with the other ring light. I didn't know there was, I'm serious, I had no clue. I felt kind of stupid when I saw this button. I was like, what is this for? And I pushed it and I was like, oh, hi. So, yeah. So I like this, the setting now. And I kind of like my setup. I mean, I like my setup now. My only concern is when I go to move this up, because it's clamped to the back of my drafting table. But I did get, and Kaya Rose is the one that kind of enabled everybody. Kaya, I'm sorry, I'm calling you out. But these I got at Dollar Tree, and I found these, and she had taken a picture and sent these into one of the chat groups that I'm on Messenger, and I got to go back and get some more, but I think I'm going to use these to kind of, roll up when I'm done. When I move this up again, I'm just going to roll it. So we're going to see how that works, but I'm going to get some more because I need to replace and I think I'm done with this color. Yes, I am. I need to replace the pant, the trouser hangers that I have that I used to hang my diamond paintings up on out here, because they fell yesterday, except for this one. And I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but it fell. And yeah, that was an experience, because I had to get underneath the drafting table, and that was not fun. So I'm going to use them on regular hanger and see what happens. So yeah, so I'm slowly getting there. I know I'm behind at times with, a lot of that stuff, because I know there are a lot of people that, already do that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm behind. So I'm sorry. I'm a slowpoke when it comes to that kind of stuff. But, so yeah, I really like the setup. It's so much easier. And, I'm going to get, once I, kind of get comfortable with this, I'm going to try to do the split screen again. I've got to figure out why my OBS is being stupid, because it's not syncing with my voice. So I'm going to try again, and I'm going to get another camera that I'm going to stick up here on the camera holder, or whatever, the phone holder, and I'm gonna use that and try to split screen again. So just, I'm just gonna give y'all a heads up. I don't know when that's gonna happen. It will happen, just don't know when yet. So what else has been going on? I feel like nothing has been going on, but let me tell you, I do forget sometimes what goes on all the week or during the week. It's just been, we've been having a lot of storms lately. This weekend we had a couple. It poured its butt off on Friday. It was funny because I didn't know it was going to rain. I was sitting there and all of a sudden I heard this noise and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I, real quick, just like stopped everybody from talking, and I said, do you all hear that? And of course, everybody was like, no. And I said, it's pouring its butt off. And sure enough, it was raining. It was pouring. So Yeah, that was, and of course, you know, it didn't last long. They kept saying, "Oh, we're gonna have rain, um, all weekend and so forth," and I was like, okay, this is just not what I want to do. You know, not that I care, but yeah. So it didn't really, it wasn't really that bad. So, which was a good thing. And I'm not. These drills are not like cooperating. They are not. Especially when I use the multiplacer on squares. I told you I am not a multiplacer person when it comes to squares. I am better with rounds. Don't ask me why. I don't know. You know, I know a lot of people say, "Oh yeah," but they play so much easier when you do the squares because they line up. I get that, but for some reason, I don't know why it doesn't work for me. I mean, I'm trying. I'm practicing right now because, you know, I kind of I'm ready to start a new painting. Y'all are gonna like, what? I kind of am. I have one that I'm getting ready to start. That I'm gonna kit up after I unkit some. Well, no, I'm sorry. I have my Harbor Freight containers sitting here waiting. I just need to figure out how many colors are in that kit. It's it's mostly dark colors like black. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. But yeah, so that's the next one. It's an Egyptian princess, and um, that's going to go in my room because my room is an Egyptian theme. So that'll be the next one I do. And then, of course, I do have the Christmas one I'm started. Lizzie, if you're watching this, um, we are starting, I think we're starting October the 1st. And Lizzie, if you're watching this, please, you know, let me know if that's right. I can't remember. I think I wrote it down. I know I'm bad. I think I wrote it down, and yeah, we're just gonna do a Christmas thing. It's called Mistletoe DP, and you know, I'm not expecting y'all to buy the same, you know, same um, painting. Y'all can do Christmas ones, and you know, it's not, you know, it's not mandatory. And I think we're going to do a live to start it off, and then you know, whip and chat or whatever. You know, I really have to kind of work it out with her some more. I know we probably already worked it out, and I don't remember all the details. Once I know all the details and remember them all, I will let you know. Because I got a lot, you know, planned and a lot going on, and it's not easy to remember all that stuff. I know. And that's why I have my planner. But again, so let's see. I did do. I did finish a couple of books. I've been, you know, audiobooks. I have not actually read an actual book. Now, I will be starting one tonight. It's called, what is it called? I'm going to tell you what it's called. Now, I can't, I don't have the actual cover, but I will show you the cover. If you guys can see it, I'll get it up as close as I can. That's what it's called. It's called whoops. It's called Winds of Fate. There we go. Sorry. And it's by Mercedes Lackey. Now, I've read her books before. I don't remember what this is about because I can't really pull it up. It's about a young woman that has, she's not really ordinary. She's been, she was the bearer of an untrained mage gift, and it's kind of a romance, I guess. I don't really watch or read romances, but I always liked her books. So I'm going to start that tonight. And of course, this is my Nook. No, this I know it's nasty. I need to clean off the thing, but this is my daughter's Nook that she doesn't use, and I just kind of took it over because my Nook died. Um, so anyway, so that's what I'm going to be reading at night in my bed before I go to bed, and because I'm trying to get back into reading. I keep saying I am, and I haven't. I've been, more or less audiobooks, and I haven't been really keeping up with audiobooks or reading. It's just, I don't know why. I don't know if it's my freaking depression, ADHD, whatever the heck it is. But lately, yeah, I've been trying to keep track, and I did finish the fourth book in the Women's Murder Club called The 4th of July, and that was very, very, it was interesting. She's investigating, Detective Lindsay Boxer is investigating a case, and anyway, she makes an arrest. She's been charged with police brutality, and then she goes on a sabbatical, and her, the 4 women that are in the murder club with her, that are her friends, help her investigate. Come to find out, it's like, has to do with an old case, and it goes from there. And it's really, really good. And I gave that one like 4, 5 stars. That's the way I rate everything. And most of the books that I've read or listened to are basically 5 stars. There's been a couple that I really, really just kind of, said, okay, I don't really, it just wasn't something I could get into. And I've also started The Fifth Horseman, which is the 5th one. Now, I don't have the information in front of me to tell you what it's about. And I checked that out yesterday through my Hoopla from my library. And I also checked out another one by a different author that I've never heard of. And the name is J.T. Ellison. I've never, heard of these books before. Never heard of the author. I can't remember the name of the freaking book. But, because I don't have the information here. I didn't write it down. It's on my phone, which is sitting over next to my cross stitch. Sorry. I'm not prepared. But I can go get it. So, hang on while I go and get it for you. Okay. The 5th Horseman, which is in the, and this is the what it looks like. If you guys can see, that's what it looks like. That's the book. It's by James Patterson, and this one is Detective Lindsay Boxer and one of the newest members of the Women's Murder Club. I don't even know what her name is. I can't pronounce it. Leads an investigation into a string of mysterious patient deaths. And so the hospital wages an explosive court battle, and the Women's Murder Club hunts for a merciless killer that is among the staff, the medical staff. So that's that one. That's the 5th Horseman by James Patterson. Now, the one that I was telling you about, do I even have it up here? There it is. J.T. Ellison. Now, I've never heard of this person. I don't know if it's a man. If it's a woman, don't ask me. This is in a different, it's a series. It's a Samantha Owens series, which they didn't have the other 3 or the other 2 in this, but it's called When Shadows Fall, and it's Samantha's attempt to unravel a 20-year-old mystery may put her very life at risk. Nothing about the case makes sense, but it is clear someone is unwilling to let anyone discover the truth. And yeah, they don't. The first two books in this series are not available uh, on my Hoopla. I'm gonna see if I can find them on Kindle, and or on my Nook, and read them. But it sounds interesting. Then now the other one I got, which I dearly love this author. It's been a while since I've read any of her books. It's Tammy Hogue, and this is called A Thin Dark Line. And let's see, where does it start? Let's see. She leads listeners, or readers, through a dark, twisted nightmare in this tightly woven tale of suspense and terror. It's two concerned police officers are committed to bringing the killer to justice. One of the women, one of the police officers finds a dead woman, and they are both basically ostracized by their fellow police officers, and they basically go on the hunt for this killer. Now, it doesn't tell you why, they were kind of ostracized by their colleagues. I'm pretty sure that's going to be in the book. But I've read her books before. I have two of them here. And this is going to be an interesting book. I've always read hers. They kind of are creepy in their own way. But it's, yeah, I'm kind of, excited because I always love her books. So we're gonna see how that goes. Let's see. Is that it? Yeah, that's all of the ones I've got that I'm going to be reading. But when I finish reading them, I will let you all know how those go. I have been trying to decide how I'm gonna do the book, bringing you guys up to date on what I'm reading. And again, I am not a fast, I don't listen to books all that much. And when I do, it's only a couple hours a day when I'm stitching or whatever. I kind of, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it like, I don't know. Maybe you guys can kind of give me, ideas on how you want, you know, I'll let you know. If I decide to do it every week, I'll let you know. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Because I kind of feel like I bore you all, even in FlossTube, every week when I just talk about, the same thing over and over again when it comes to books. So, you guys can, kind of, give me kind of ideas if you all would like to. So, let's see, what else? I have been watching, oh my gosh. I'm going to tell you. You know how you go on Netflix and you can't find anything to watch? It's the same thing. So, I've been kind of, I don't know, watching my list that I made over and over. And I kind of was getting bored. And then I started watching documentaries, true crime documentaries. And those were kind of getting to the point where I was like, okay. Now, mind you, I am a true crime buff. You all know that. But it's getting to the point where I was like, okay, can't something else, can I watch something else? So I was in Zoom yesterday, and one of the other ladies in there, Amanda, she was telling us about this show on Netflix. And it's called Hit and Run. And I was like, they were talking about it with somebody with another lady in Zoom, and I told her, I said, I saw that. I said, but I didn't know if I was going to want to watch that just because of the simple fact that it's in two different languages. And it's in Hebrew and it's also in English. And she says, "Well, it's really good. You just, they do speak both English and Hebrew." I thought, "Okay." So I started watching it yesterday and I was like, "Oh my god." What the show is about is this man from Israel. They live in Tel Aviv with his wife, who is an American. She's a dancer. And anyway, she gets killed in a car accident. She's hit by a car. And I'm like, okay, now it starts off in Tel Aviv and it ends in New York. Now, the reason I say it ends is because that's where season 1 ends. Now, I've looked it up to see if there's going to be a second season. Right now, they're saying they're not sure. It hasn't been confirmed. And the way it ended, I was like, there had better be a second, another season to this, because, you can't just leave it like that. It just leaves it on this big, huge cliffhanger. And I was just like, really? That's the way you're going to end this? And he basically goes to New York to kind of find out who killed her, because the hit and run was not an accident. And I'm just like, okay. And it's nonstop action. And I was just like, okay, wow. It's good, I have to say. And I'm holding out hope that they do, make another season, to just kind of, say, okay, this is how it's going to end, and just end it with the second season. I'm kind of praying and hoping that they do that. Not going to say that they will. Like I said, I'm kind of praying and hoping that they do. But then I got into, okay, now I've watched this actor before in Stargate Atlantis. Yes, I'm a Stargate Atlantis and Stargate, and yeah, I'm one of those. I was looking. I don't know where I found this. I don't even can't. Truthfully, it was a couple different places on Instagram. Um, Jason Momoa has his own TV show on Apple Plus called C. And yeah, I heard a lot about it before. I thought, okay, I'm just gonna take the plunge and look and see what it's about. No pun intended. And I kind of was like, okay, doesn't sound very interesting. And after a while, I was, kind of going through. So I went through and watched the first 2 episodes, because that's all I could really watch, because if you have to have a free trial, and then you basically have to pay for it and so forth. And I do plan to get the subscription whenever. I just wanted to see what it was about before I kind of went all out of, and paid for the subscription to Apple TV and so forth. But anyway, it it takes place in the future, after now. Basically, it doesn't take place now. It takes place in the future from now. And the way I'm understanding it, and the kind of the gist I get, is, okay, nobody can see, everybody's blind. And I can't remember why they're all blind. So, those of you that have seen this, like I said, I can't remember why they're blind. But um, it's very, very, it's weird. Um, he, his character, Jason Momoa's character, is like the leader of their tribe. He has a wife, or whatever you call her, that she became pregnant before her and Jason Momoa's character became, I guess, married or whatever you want to call it. And she's pregnant with, at the time, you don't know, you didn't know that it was twins. But anyway, she becomes pregnant. She has twins. The twins have the gift of sight. In other words, they can see. And so, basically, these children, other people in the village want to kill the children because, they are considered, because they can see, they're considered witches. And eventually they don't. But they end up leaving their village and going somewhere else. And so, long story short, what I've seen so far, it's it's weird. I don't know if you want to consider it supernatural or what you want to consider it, but it's different. I have to say, because they're all of them, all the actors have to pretend they can't see. So it's a good. I mean, I'm not. Don't get me wrong. It's a good show. I don't know if it'd be something that I would watch all the time, but it's a good show. And there are a couple actors in there that I didn't know were there in there. Batista's in it, the wrestler. There's a couple other people. Now, again, most of them, I don't know who they are. But there is one, let me tell you something. There is a queen in this, and she's kind of out there. She's weird. I don't know if I want to consider her mentally insane. I don't know what I want to consider her, because she's just all kinds of strange. And some of the things that she does, okay. Um, it just, it kind of blew my mind when I was watching it, because I was watching her and I'm like, uh-huh. Do I really want to continue to watch this? But, because I mean, it is kind of explicit. Some of it is. And I was just like, what in the hell? And don't get me wrong. It's a different show. And it's interesting to see how, the people in the future are surviving after, whatever happens. I mean, there are things in there from, this time period from now. Like, there's books, but those are considered witchcraft. There's, all sorts of things that they use. But it's considered antique, I guess, or old or whatever. And it's really, really interesting. It's, the twins are being basically hunted by this queen for, I guess, because of, their sight. I'm not really sure. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. But it's really, really, it's good. I really have to say that it's pretty good so far. Um I might, pay for the subscription and watch the rest of it just to see um, exactly, what the whole thing is, kind of about. But I don't know if I'm going to, I haven't decided yet. It's just, right now we're kind of, the budget's kind of tight because of the electric bill. Because, yeah, in the summertime, the electric goes up. Because of the air conditioning. So, um, anyway, the weekend was basically spending time with little dude playing video games. He wanted me to play video games. And then eventually he was like, "Mom, do you want to play?" And I am not a gaming person. I don't play video games all the time. And he uh he brought out one of the game systems and we played. Then eventually he got to the point where he was like, "Do you want me to do this part for you?" Because there was a part on a game that I was playing that I got stuck. So he basically did the part for me. So it was no big deal. But yeah, that's what we did. We did that yesterday. Trying to think what happened yesterday. Yesterday was one of those days where I just kind of was like, it's Monday. I don't feel like doing diddly squat. So yeah, I'm just gonna just kind of not be motivated. And I didn't really do a whole lot yesterday. And yeah, it was just kind of one of those days. Kind of one of those days where I didn't do anything. I did get on Zoom yesterday, talk to some of my stitching friends, and then that was basically it. I I did stitch for a little while, and um, hmm, not a whole lot to do. Not a whole lot that I did yesterday. Now today, I'm going to kind of get some things started that I need to do because of I need to stop procrastinating. So that's really all that we got going on this week. Because little dude didn't do a whole lot. He's just been kind of back there, staying out of trouble, and um, just he does his own thing, guys. Believe me. He's upset because he came out. I think it was Friday or Saturday. He came out and he looked at me. He says, "Mom." I said, "What?" And he says, "I think I lost a friend." And I said, "Why?" And he's like, "I don't know." I said, "What do you mean you don't know?" And it's one of his friends that he's played with since he started playing on Xbox. And I said, "What do you mean you don't know? What happened?" And he was like, "I kind of got mad at the person that he was playing with because this person, I don't know why his friends, I really don't. Some of his friends, they don't like to play what he likes to play. And, he is one of these ones that tries to, be nice and play, play whatever and tries to be nice and, tries to, I guess, play whatever, his friends want to play. And when, he wants to play something else, he tells them, "Can we play this?" And they kind of, just brush him aside. And I guess that's what happened because I guess his friend kind of got upset. And I don't know. And I'm trying to explain to him, not everybody is going to want to play what you want to play. And I know you're not going to want to play what everybody else wants to play. And, you know, when that kind of thing happens and people get upset, the best thing you can do is to just, go your separate ways and cool off and see what happens. Now, I don't know if, the friend and him are back playing together. He didn't say. Um, of course, he's been having problems sleeping too. So I told him this morning, I said, maybe that's part of it. And he's like, I don't know, because the last couple of nights he hasn't been able to sleep. He went into Miranda's room the night before and told her that he couldn't sleep. And this was at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I tried to stay up with him, and I couldn't. And I ended up falling asleep. And so he went in there and told her that he couldn't sleep. And I don't know what time he went to sleep. I think he said at 1 o'clock. And he was afraid. He was paranoid. He thought he had insomnia. Yeah, go figure, right? That's all I need. But last night he was fine. He went to bed. So I asked him this morning, I said, do you think it had to do with, your little tiff with your friend and, hurting his feelings? And he said, I don't know. So, who knows? I mean, they're kids. I don't know. So, anyway, that's all excuse me, that's all I have today, guys. I thought I was going to have more than that, but obviously, no. So, thank you for watching, everyone, while I work on, diamond painting. I hope everyone has a great day, and please do not forget to hit the like button, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you for watching, and I will hope you all have a great day.